Good evening guys and welcome back once again to yet another evening of racing with me, your boy Vexed, it's Vexman, and the Midnight Oil Racing League's GT7 Championship. So we're of course into round 5 now. After round 4 we have Too Fast at the top of the tables with 185 points, Dan Bailey not far behind him with 163 points, Thomas in third, only 10 points off Dan Bailey. 153 points. We've got Ice Chad in 4th with 149. Mawson's in 5th with 141. It's Vexman is in 6th with 90 points. We've got Blood Diamond in 7th with 75. Silent Hunter's in 8th with 69 points. We've got Asbo in 9th with 67. Clutch is in 10th with 66 points. And Dirty Dubs has missed a couple of rounds now. At the bottom of the tables currently with 26 points. So obviously two 25-minute races again for you this evening. This is the grid after qualifying. So Thomas managed to pip the pole position with Chand lining up in 2nd place. We've got Wayne G there in 3rd. Dan Bailey's in 4th. Blood Diamond's in 5th. We've got Mawson in 6th. Clutch is in 7th. Vexed in 8th. Pickle in 9th. And Asbo in 10th. So as I say, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, yet another new addition to Gran Turismo 7. So let's see how the guys fare in the GT3 cars around this track. Obviously more known for its F1 prowess. Without further ado, let's get into it. No klaxon this evening because I forgot to charge my tablet, but I'll get it ready for the next round. Let's get into it. So Thomas lines up on pole with Chan there in 2nd place. Wenny G's there in 3rd. Are we going to see any shenanigans coming into turn 1? We've got Clutch getting a really good getaway in the background there. He's made 2 positions up already. Mawson's trying to come back through. It's all got a little bit congested. Oh, and there's a tiny tag there from Clutch into the back of Dan Bailey. Mawson into the back of Clutch. Clutch almost losing the rear there. Managed to keep the car going. Definitely a bit of a concertina through turn 1. Clutch still making his way there in 5th place. Trying to follow the top 4. Through the first windy sector. Mawson clips the wall there. He doesn't want to do that too many times. He is going to end up losing some time there. Chan tries to go around the outside here, around the outside of the Master RX Vision, gets the move done. Was that Wayne G? Did Wayne G manage to take the lead off the start? Because I think it was Thomas, wasn't it? Thomas lined up on pole. However, Chan becomes new race leader. Wayne G trying to fight back around the outside there. Keep having a look back, further back. Oh, and I think there was a... Oh, have a look at this. So I think there was a bit of a collision here between Blood Diamond and Vexed. So Mawson looking for a way past Clutch. Oh, and in fact, no. So that was the wrong person we were on board with. So Vexed is on the inside, we have Blood Diamond on the outside. They're both fighting for position at the moment. Vexed trying to get into the toe of Mawson up ahead. Trying to defend against Jason as well. Jason's having a sneaky look up the inside. He's not going to be close enough to get the move done. Vexed goes a little bit deeper, then Jason just absolutely murders him. And drives off. It's fine though, it's all good. We did get an apology during the race. Blood Diamond up to 8th. And Vexed rejoins the track all the way down in 10th place now. Is he going to be able to make up any positions? Blood Diamond just getting the move done on Pickle. I think there wasn't any malice intent there, but potentially, possibly could have waited. However, Clutch still on the back of Thomas there in 4th place. We've got Mawson still on the back of Clutch. So 1st to 6th. All very close. Oh, Thomas! Thomas with a huge moment, managed to save it. Clutch has managed to come alongside now. What is going to happen here? Clutch gets the move up into 4th place. He's going to get that 3rd place as well. He's looking for it. He's alongside Dan Bailey. I think Dan Bailey might just keep the position for the meantime. But Clutch around the outside. What a move from Clutch. Absolutely cracking stuff there from the new driver, the rookie driver, new to league racing. And Mawson getting a move done on Dan Bailey in the background there as well. They're still side by side. Is he going to get it sewn up? I don't think he is. Clutch up to 3rd place, so Thomas comes back along the inside. No, he's not close enough. Clutch will keep that position for the meantime. Can he get onto the back of Wayne G? In fact, I think he's going to lose that position now. Thomas is surely going to sew this position up into this next right-hander under the bridge. And he does. Clutch had to be fairly compliant there as he has a massive slide on the exit. Is that going to compromise into Dan Bailey? Dan Bailey maybe be able to get a move as well. Looking very racy indeed. He's going to have a look up the inside into the chicane, and he does. He just broke a little bit later, managed to get that move done. I think Clutch is still there on the outside, is he? No, he's had to slot back in behind. Very squirrely on the exit there. Loss of traction. I think also trying to stay ahead of Mawson. Clutch ducking this way, ducking that way, still unable to find a way past the Subaru. Is he going to have a look now into the final chicane and the Wall of Champions? Oh, Dan Bailey! How did he save that? I don't know how he held on to that. Dan Bailey did a good job of it though. So Clutch, after moving up to third place, has now lost 2 positions, back down into 5th, still ahead of Mawson. So Mawson give him a couple of little love taps in the early couple of laps. We're only on lap 3 now. 25 minutes is the duration of both races. I think it was around about 11 laps. And Mawson now tries to have a look up the inside. Plenty of space given that time round. Almost gets the move done. Clutch stays ahead for the minute. And Blood Diamond is trying his hardest to get onto the back of the top 6 now. He has closed that gap somewhat. Pickles there in no man's land at the moment in 8th place. Then we have Vexed also having a bit of a lonely race now in 9th. So he's managed to get a position on Asbo. I think Asbo went in for a set of fresh tyres. However, Ice Chan trying to drive away into the sunset at the moment in that Lamborghini Huracan. He's doing a good job of it as well. Making it look easy at the moment. What's his lap time going to be as he comes across the line on this lap? Nicely through the final turn. And it's a 1:38.5 there for Chan. Thomas and Wayne G in the background having a battle. Thomas takes the fastest lap there, 1:38.2, and takes the position from Wayne G. Wayne G down to 3rd. Thomas up to 2nd. Started on pole did Thomas. He was momentarily down to 4th or 5th place. He's managed to fight his way back through. He's back up to 2nd in the Porsche. And it looks like he's managed to gap Wayne G by a couple of attempts. So he's got a little bit of breathing space now. Can he try and get onto the back of Ice Chand up ahead? At the moment, Wayne G trying to come along for the ride. Dan Bailey just keeping his nose clean once again. Had a couple of little moments through the final chicane on the Wall of Champions, but he's kept it clean for the most part and still running in 4th place at the moment. What tyres is he on? So he is actually on the mediums. The guys ahead of him as well, I believe, are on the mediums, and Wenny G on the racing softs. So yeah, Dan Bailey losing a little bit of time to the cars ahead. Mawson has finally got past Clutch. Trying to work on getting onto the back of Dan Bailey once again. Let's see how that Ford GT is through the final chicane. Actually looks pretty planted. So Blood Diamond in the second of the 2 Ferraris, the newer of the 2 Ferraris, has managed to catch Clutch up once again. I think he had a little bit of a bad qualifier. Was just dead off the line and lost a few positions, but he's making his way back through now. Obviously that early incident as well with, I think we call it a racing incident with Vexed. Blood Diamond staying very, very close indeed. He's running in the wheel tracks of the sister Ferrari ahead. Clutch covers off the inside. He didn't really have to that time round. Jason wasn't quite close enough to get a move done. Jason really starting to put the pressure on. Clutch remains ahead for the minute. And goes to get the move done. Outbrakes himself. That's allowed Clutch to retake the position. Tiny bit of contact there on the exit. Both drivers come away unscathed. And is Jace going to be able to have a look into the final chicane here? No, not quite close enough on that occasion. Looking for the better exit, but he's just got that rolling roadblock of Clutch up ahead. Cannot get past him. Oh, he's going to get a move here though, and he does. He gets it sewed up. That was a good move there from Blood Diamond. Can he get onto the back of Mawson in 5th? Clutch has, as I say, I think I touched on it last week, he is coming on so well as a driver. You can definitely see he's a lot more confident in these. Well, we're halfway through the season, I believe. So yeah, he's taken him halfway through the season, but he's definitely, what a big slide there, but holds it. I'm not sure how he did that. But yeah, coming on so well as a driver. You can just see he's oozing confidence now. Mixing it up with the lads at the front. So GG's to Clutch. He's definitely got pace. So Pickle actually opting for the softs in the first stint. Slowly coming into the clutches of Vex. Vex still 6 or 7 seconds behind, I believe, at this stage on the racing mediums, but slowly starting to catch Pickle ahead in the GR Supra. And actually opting for the undercut, so Vex, oh, and Mawson's in as well. So Mawson and Vex, the first 2 people into the pits, only 10 minutes in. What tyre is Vex going to boot on? What's he going to strap on here? He's already used the mediums, he's surely not going to go into a set of softs, so it's got to be a set of hards. And it is indeed a set of hards. Is that going to see him to the end of the race? I think it will, but is that going to take some pace out of that McLaren? Yeah, leaves to be seen. We'll have to check back in with him. So Asbo's gone in at some point. He's on a different compound tyre. He's now on racing softs. He was on mediums last time we checked. I think just not having a very good outing here around Gilles Villeneuve. Obviously a new circuit to most of us. Some of us have raced it on F1, but very different when you get into a GT car. I went in the background, Thomas and Wayne G. Wayne G absolutely pushing Thomas along now. How long is Wayne G going to take them softs for? Still out on them softs. And when he goes in now, he's dove into the pits. Oh, Thomas with an interesting line through the final chicane there. Manages to catch Chand. That's surely going to be a penalty. Somehow gets away without a penalty. And that is, look how much that's real Chand in. Chand was a couple of seconds ahead at least. That has given Thomas such a massive boost there. Right onto the back of the leader now. Both on the same compound tyre. So Pickles and Wayne G into the pits. Wayne G's going to emerge ahead of Pickle. We're at the moment watching the battle here for first place. Thomas chasing down Ice Chand. Ice Chand has started pulling away, hadn't he? He created such a gap, but Thomas with that line through the final chicane there just managed to bent the spade starting. excuse me, bent the space-time continuum and just, yeah. What the hell just happened there? It looked like Chan just... We saw him flash the hazards, and it looked like he just went deep to let Thomas through. I'm not sure what we've just witnessed. Why is Chan... Is he going to look to try and get the move? Or is he into the pits? No, he's not into the pits. I thought maybe he was going into the pits. It's definitely an interesting one. Still looks like Chan's still got fight in him, but it did look like he opened the door up there for Thomas. But Thomas starting to create a little bit of a gap. Just edging away corner by corner. So after Wenig's pit stop, that's put Dan Bailey up into 3rd place. We've got Blood Diamond up into 4th, still being chased by Clutch in 5th. Clutch having the absolute driver's season so far. Definitely see some damage on the front of that Ferrari, so there's been a little bit of bumping here and there. But he's doing really well. Having an absolutely cracking race at the moment. I imagine he's probably going to follow Blood into the pits as well. I think he's going to, I think he'll try and copy what's going on around him, which is a good strategy. So Wayne G out on a fresh set of mediums now, some way off the back of Clutch. Then we have Pickle and Mawson on the slightly older medium compound tyre, chasing Pickle down. And surely going to get the move now into the hairpin. Pickle covers off the inside, sends Mawson a long way round. And in fact, Mawson didn't actually get the move there. He's going to have to work for it. So Clutch is finally into the pits. Does that mean that Blood Diamond's gone in as well? Mawson pulls out to the inside now. He's going to have the inside line through the final chicane. Pickle keeps the foot in, but Mawson does get the move done. I thought Pickle would kept his boot in there. So Blood Diamond didn't go in. So Clutch going for the undercut on Blood Diamond. Is he going to come out ahead of Mawson? I think he is. And he does. So he's come out ahead of Mawson. Mawson's still got a little bit of work to do to get onto the back of him. Vexed has finally managed to get past Pickle, so he's made up a couple of positions after dropping all the way to the back after that early racing incident. Trying to get his head back into the race. You can see Mawson up ahead. Can he get onto the back of Mawson? He's on the racing hard, so technically on the slower compound. What's he going to be able to do on that tyre? And Mawson pit on the same lap, so he's going to have the same age medium tyres as the hards. Are the hards going to become better towards the end of this race? We'll have to wait and see. So Mawson can see Clutch ahead, but still a few seconds up the road is Clutch. Out on a fresh set of racing softs now. Is that going to take him to the end of the race? 13 minutes is all he has. I think 13 minutes is a long time on the softs. I digress. I think Wayne G did around 15, didn't he? So I might be talking absolute nonsense. Blood Diamond grazing the barrier, nearly losing the wing mirror there. I'm surprised it's still attached to the car. That would definitely be the first thing to go. Be a nice souvenir for one of the fans. It's Dan Bailey up into third place now, but still yet to pit. I think the top three. In fact, the top four. So the top four all still yet to pit. So Thomas is now into the pits. Ice Chan follows him in. Is Dan Bailey going to follow suit? He will surely follow suit, wouldn't he? Or is he going to stay out of favoured track position? I think he's going to go in. And he does. So that's surely Blood Diamond's going to go in now as well. He's got to, hasn't he? Surely. Get the pit stop out of the way. And he does. So is Wayne G. I think Ice Chan and Thomas already out of the pits. Somewhere ahead of Wayne G. Is Wayne G going to come out ahead of Dan? I think Dan's going to emerge in front of Wayne G. And he does. There he goes. So we've just seen Dan Bailey come out in third place. Wayne G has moved up into fourth. Clutch moves through into fifth. Is he going to come out side by side with Blood Diamond? So Blood Diamond actually just managing to come out just ahead. No, he's driven off track. Jason, what are you doing? Come on, lad. Oh, that's heartbreak there for Blood Diamond. And look, in the background there you can see Pickle and Vexed. Pickle has managed to get back past Vexed. So I think Vexed definitely choosing the wrong strategy here in this first race. Definitely looks like he's still got place in the car, but yeah, just not having a great one at the moment. Pushing Pickle along though. Looking for the move into chicane after the tunnel. Well, actually gets the move done, but Pickle will surely retake it on the approach now to the hairpin. Just got a better exit there through the chicane. The hard's really not working the way that Vex hoped they would. Actually defending really well there to Pickle. I don't like not allowing him any space to be able to get a move done. And are we going to see a move here from Pickle? Oh, he thought about it. He definitely thought about it. I think it may have been through this first sector here that Pickle managed to get the move done on a previous lap. Vex a little bit tentative on that hard compound tyre. I digress. Let's have a look at everyone else. Blood Diamond has managed to eke a gap and he's managed to get away from Vexed and Pickle in 8th and 9th. A little bit of work though to get onto the back of Mawson, who also having a bit of a lonely race at the moment. You can probably just see Clutch ahead, but Clutch definitely making the most of them racing softs. You can just see Mawson come into shot there. So Clutch is definitely going to be monitoring that gap, checking his mirror every now and then to see how close Mawson's getting, but at the moment just trying to concentrate on the car ahead and the road ahead. Also with a fairly sizable gap to Wayne G in 4th place. He's also dealing with a fairly large gap to Dan Bailey, who just crosses the start finish line. Also opting for a fresh set of racing softs in this final stint. And what was Dan on? I think Dan was on hards from the start, wasn't he? I think Dan took hards from the start and then went on to racing softs. So hard softs might have been the better option for Vexed. I think he was hoping to take the mediums for longer than he managed to. Just didn't fancy taking the softs from where he pit. Got the traction control brigade out in full force again. So Ice Chand has dropped some way off the back of Thomas. We saw him. It looked like he opened the door, didn't it? Looked like he just waved Thomas through, but he then started looking racy again. Looked like he was going to try and get the position. They both obviously pit for a set of racing softs, but look at the gap that Thomas has pulled out now. And takes the fastest lap on lap 13 for 1:37.174. Is this going to be faster again? And it is 1:36.915. That is absolutely astonishing race pace there from Thomas. Can Chan match it? Chan does a 37.8. So that's it. The Porsche just seems to have superior pace on the soft compound over every other car in the field. You see he's having a little cheeky slide every now and then. He's definitely enjoying the drive. At the moment it's Thomas. Absolutely terrible off the start is the Porsche, but once he gets up to speed, that thing is, yeah, it's a bit of an animal. And with Thomas behind the wheel as well, you've got a very formidable pair. Or formidable pairing. Yeah, Chand has got his work cut out if he wants to try and retake the lead now. Thomas a country mile ahead, but in no danger of losing that place to third place Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey only just approaching the final chicane now. And this is going to be the final lap. So there we go, Dan Bailey crossed the line in third place. Wenny G is going to take fourth. And into the barrier there for Wenny G. Clutch, what a drive there from Clutch. GG's Clutch. I think that's his best finish so far of the season. Fifth place there, GG's Clutch. Mawson will finish in sixth. So Blood Diamond will take 7th in the end. GG's Jason. Pickle takes 8th. Vex will take 9th. And also drives off the track. Asbo. Is he ahead or behind? I think he's behind. Oh, taking an interesting line there is Asbo. Look at his tyres have died an absolute death though. I'm not surprised. But this man here is going to take the checkered flag after he comes through the final couple of turns. And he'll take the win in the first race of the evening. GG's Thomas, absolutely blistering pace there, mate. Get in there, son. 1:36.915 was the fastest lap in the race. And Ice Chand's going to take second, GG's Chand. So your top. Well, we'll go through the grid once again. So Thomas finished in first with Ice Chan in second. Dan Bailey was third. Wayne G was fourth. We had Clutch in fifth. Mawson sixth. Blood Diamond was seventh. Pickle was eighth. Vex was ninth. And Asbo will finish in 10th place. GG's Asbo. Well, that was it, guys, for the first race. I'll be back with the second one shortly. Stay tuned. See you there.